Now, Omoyele Sowore has come out to tell Ned. He has come out to tell Ned that Ned is lying if he says he's not aware that Regina was 17 when he married her. He said it is a blatant lie that Ned was fully aware. That even though he had a document which Regina gave him, which she collected from Regina, that is her voter's card, that indicated she was 19 then. That Ned is fully aware that Regina was 17 because Ned was the one that organized her 18th birthday party. After they had already gotten married when she was 17 years and about 5 months to reach 18 years. They had already gotten married. Ned had already slept with her. He was aware that he was the one that organized her birthday party, her 18th birthday party in Dubai. That is what Omoyele Sowore is claiming now. But then again, what if Ned thought he was hosting Regina's 20th birthday party? After Regina had told him that she was 19. After he had a voter's card, her voter's card that showed that she was 19. What if the birthday party he was hosting, he thought she was 20? That's what I'm just thinking, but I may be wrong, of course. It might be that yes, he was aware that he was hosting her 18th birthday party and not her 20th birthday party. That the birthday party was for her 18th birthday and not her 20th birthday. Now, as you all know, Regina has 2 documents. 2 official documents that reveal her age, 2 different age. One indicated that one is a voter's card. That is the one Ned says he has. That indicates that she was 19 years then, going to 20. While her international passport indicates that she was 17 years, going to 18. The day and the month for her birthday is consistent. The only thing that is not consistent is the year. And I think there are even 2 other versions. But there's one of 17, there's 18, there's 19, there's 20. Now, Sowore wrote, Senator Chinedu Ned Nwoko, Senator at Ned Nwoko for Senate of the APC National Sec, may believe he can outsmart the public. But the record tells a different story. Evidence now in the public domain shows that he entered into marriage with Regina Ojiogu Nneamaka Favour at Regina Daniels when she was still a teenager. And the couple later travelled abroad to the UAE, Dubai, soon after she turned 18. Ned Nwoko personally handled her travel documentation for that trip. Wow. So if Ned did that, that means he must have seen on her passport that indicated that she was 17. According to accounts from those familiar with the matter, to celebrate her 18th birthday. So what Sowore is saying is that even though Ned has voter's card that showed that Regina was 19 then, he also saw her official an official document now, her international passport, that indicated that she was 17. And people are saying that she did this passport before her voter's card because she was traveling then. Before she did the voter's card, that the voter's registration, she just did it specifically for the marriage, to deceive Ned that she was how old now, that she was 19. But then again, if Ned had used that voter's card, because of that voter's card, to marry her, then it is definitely not his fault. It is the fault of her parents. Because her parents allowed this whole thing to happen. It was a marriage. It was not like a one night stand. or even a relationship. It was a marriage that her parents were involved in. So why did they allow the marriage to happen, knowing fully well her age? Even though somewhere in Ned's mind he knew that Regina was not up to 18, then it doesn't really fall on him. The blame doesn't really fall on him, but rather on her parents. And you can't even blame Regina because she was a teenager. She was not she was not of the age of maturity. She had not attained the age of maturity. She still be small Pikin under the law, so you can't even blame her. He said Ned Nwoko personally handled her travel documentation. Ned Nwoko personally handled her travel documentation for that trip, according to accounts from those familiar with the matter, to celebrate her 18th birthday. The same Senator Prince Ned Nwoko, long known for flaunting wealth and influence, has frequently used his now disgraced at Nigerian police. You know, Sowore and Nigerian police. He never misses any opportunity to blast them. He say has frequently used the now disgraced Nigerian police force to intimidate and detain members of his estranged family, of his estranged wife's family and others, speaking against his well-documented impunity. The pattern of his harassment must stop, or this pattern of harassment must stop. Nigeria cannot claim to stand for justice while people with immense political power and questionable fortunes use state institutions as private weapons. Wow, I don't know why Sowore keeps accusing Ned of acquiring his wealth illegally through questionable means, when it is said that he made his money from recovering funds for governments, especially the Nigerian government. That his biggest cash out was under the Buhari government, where he made over $460 million. And then the money recovered under, was it the Obasanjo then, the Paris Club Fund. That Ned was the one that usually negotiated his own cost, his own percentage, and that was how he made his money. But Sowore has been saying that that Ned made his money through illegal means. He has been saying that since when all this issue started between Ned and Regina. Justice must mean accountability even for the rich and well-connected. Impunity must end. So the question is, who? I can't even say who is lying or which document is not telling the truth about Regina's age. Because there are 4 documents now, or four versions of her age. So where do we even start from to ask, which one is the truth? And then again, look at the fact that the adults in her life were the ones that allowed this to happen. So there are so many questions surrounding Regina's age. Now the question is, who is responsible for Regina having up to 4 different birth years? 4. Who is really responsible? Who is the person that orchestrated all these things? Of course, the major parties to blame here are her parents. But then again, she has a voter's card that Ned said he obtained from her directly, saying that she's an adult. But that proves that she was an adult as at that time already. But there is already an international passport that showed that she was that she was not an adult. Passport that showed. Passport which should say she still be small Pikin then. two official documents like that, carrying different years of birth. And the funniest part is that the document that showed that she was still an underage then was done first. It was already existing. So it showed that that voter's card was intentionally done to deceive. It was done with the intent to deceive. Obviously. And it was not because she was eager to go and vote. No be over eagerness to go vote. I make her do that voter's card. It's not possible. Or I make whoever ginger her to go do that voter's card, do that voter's card. No, that voter's card was obviously specifically meant for Ned. And it seems Ned knew about this, which was why he kept that card. He said he would keep it. Or maybe he just knew that, okay, or felt that this might cause problems tomorrow. So he decided to keep it. Because like I said, you cannot fault Ned. You cannot fault him. The fault goes back to the parents, who knew she was still a minor. The only right I can fault Ned is the fact that, okay, he suspected, seeing Regina still be small Pikin, but still went ahead. But he owned a suspicion. And because of that suspicion, that was why he asked for an official document from Regina to prove that she was an adult, and which Regina confirmed that she was an adult. But of course, on Ned's part, since he was not sure about Regina's age, about Regina being an adult, he would have backed out. Should have pulled out from the marriage. But he didn't do that. But the blame goes entirely to the parents, to her parents who pushed her, who did not only watch Regina marry her, but they encouraged her. Because she was only 17 then, there's nothing you want to tell me. They motivated her. They encouraged her. There's a video I'm going to show you guys later, where Regina was complaining in that video, or rather Ned was complaining in that video that Regina was seeing him as her father. That he was not the one convincing her, telling her to come to bed, that no, he's not her father, he's her husband. And Regina initially in their marriage was seeing him as her father. I'll show you guys that video. So definitely there was some serious convincing. That part the mother was saying that, oh, Regina insisted that it was Ned or nothing, because obviously, of course, Regina saw Ned's money. Regina was insisting. That is a blatant fallacy. They pushed her, they motivated her, they packaged her for Ned. They must have heard about his pedigree, heard about all the money he has made. That they heard about the fact that he has a law firm in London. They have read about his profile, about his influence, that this man, yes, he has money, he has influence, and then they shipped Regina to him. And in this case, Ned is not the blame mainly does not fall on him. You can only say, oh, his conscience. You judge him, he's not following his conscience. Because he must have suspected that, yes, this girl is probably not 20. Even though he was suspecting that maybe she was 18, there was no way she was 20 as at that time. It was obvious. But officially, There's a document that showed otherwise, and unofficially the blame rests on Regina's parents, not Ned in this case.